Emmanuel Agoze joins us. He's the founder and CEO of the Makoko Dream Foundation. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Good morning.
I know giving is not a seasonal thing for you.
No, it's not.
For your foundation, it's Christmas, Easter, August, whatever the season is. That's the idea. But it's even, much more important, I think, during this season. So first, maybe what was right important to give in the first place? Why is giving important? Why is it a cause that you believe in so much?
For me, I feel giving is a way to stay alive. If you've been blessed,
it's a way to stay alive.
It's a way to stay alive. I come from this mindset of an elephant that has been given a lot of straw to eat. For the elephant to stay alive, it has to take out a heavy load of manure. If it doesn't, then the elephant gets toxic and then it can die. So I see that as first as a way to stay alive. Then two, I see giving as a way to help people to create a culture that they can live by. So I feel that the moment people see the culture of giving, it inspires others to want to do the same, especially when they see that real lives are being touched and they see the impacts being made. And the third thing I see giving as is that giving helps you to think beyond just yourself, and it makes you gradually become global in your thinking, because you understand that life is not just about you, about what you have or what is in your environment. There are so many other things way, way bigger than the environment you're in. And the fourth thing I would say giving does or will do is the fact that giving helps you to empathize with people, because for you to give, it means that you've identify the fact that you have or you want to give, and then you want people to have something that you wish you had more, but you want them to have it so that they can get better in their lives. I think the fifth thing for me for giving is, as a Christian, I believe giving is a mandate from what God has destined that you should give, because freely He has given to you, freely you should also give. So those are the five things that I would say giving means to me and how it really resonates with me.
I see you have a long and incredible list. Some of the things you mentioned, I never thought of it. For instance, the very first one you mentioned, leaving, and you posited it with that elephant example, and I think that was quite good.
Thanks.
So what do you do and how do you do it?
So what I do is to ensure that children who are in slum communities in Nigeria and Africa get access to free and quality education. And I do it via the work called the Makoko Dream Foundation. So the Makoko Dream Foundation has three arms, which is the Makoko Dream Foundation School, the Makoko Dream Foundation Women Empowerment, and the Makoko Dream Foundation Computer Skill Acquisition. The main work we do is about the Makoko Dream Foundation School, which is something that helps the children in the environment to have access to quality education so that they can become the best version of themselves. I feel that places that are called slums, it would be a disservice to call them a slum community if you've not given them an alternative as against crime. So if somebody is in crime, is in various vices that are not good, you need to give them alternatives. And for me, the alternative I'm giving them is an access to education, quality education. And we also go ahead to do things like ensuring that the mothers who are pregnant get access to quality healthcare. So how we do that is we partner with already established organizations who are doing such, and they will tell them that we can start taking care of the mothers and the pregnant women so that before the baby is even born, there's a sense of belonging for that family,
right,
before we now talk about the schooling and things like that.
Interesting. This is off point. Maybe it's on point as well. So Tunde Okoya wears the cap. and he reaches out to, you see where this is going, right? And he reaches out to, kids in slums and the rest. And here you are with a cap as well. Sorry, is there like a...
Is a trend?
Is there I don't know. Tell us why the cap?
Okay, so when I came into Makoko community, I found out that the major problem that was there was about identity. A lot of persons there never believed that it could be anything. So I'm from Delta State and privileged to be of the royal family in my Delta State. But then I'm in Lagos, and I felt that not just bringing them into the understanding of schooling, they need to understand that they are royalty, in the sense that they need to understand that their life is precious, and everything they do, it's going to amount to either become great or they become lesser than themselves. So in the culture that we bring in the educational system there, we make them understand that royalty. And what way to show that than to be
look royal.
To look royal and make them see that there's much more than that. And with this mindset, we've been able to ensure that ladies don't look down on themselves. I don't think that they will just end up in the kitchen. They understand that there's so much more they have to offer. And then the boys also understand that your physical body structure is not to harm the woman, but to protect her.
Okay, so as we wind down, how do you fund? Because that's what you do demands a lot of funding.
Okay.
That's my assumption. I may be wrong, but how do you fund this project? You're sending people to school. I'm sure you're going to buy them uniforms. These computers, of course, need to be bought. Or is it that you leverage on partnership? How exactly do you run it to be effective? And how efficient has it been?
So we've been running for the past 9 years, and the way we do the funding, we break it down into segments. So, for instance, we could say there's a project on uniform campaign, and in the uniform campaign, we call on people, say, hey, come make 1 or 2 child dress royally. People are interested in that. Oh, we're building a school. So with that, we break them into segments. Then the major funding that is always constant is the one where we get for the teachers, because that one is always there every month. So those ones can come from personal funds, can come from people who understand the work that we do, and obviously we also write for grants and people understanding the core values of what we're doing. Then the other thing that we've started recently is to create an environment of people who make donations monthly based on the area they want to support. So for the about 20 laptops that we got, it was done by someone who was interested in technology and things like that. So with the segmentation that we've done, it makes the funding very easy as against just getting one fund for everything.
So we have to wind down now totally, but I want you to speak to people who are a bit hesitant when it comes to giving, particularly because they've seen narratives in Ibadan, they've seen this sad incidents, Ibadan, Anambra, and the FCT. What do you want to tell them? If you have 10 seconds to look them and talk to them about giving, particularly this season, what would it be? I
would say giving it has its own perks, but then giving is a part of our lives that we should not stop. Those things that happened in Ibadan, the rest could have been avoided, and we can give in segments, we can give in small portions. So if we give in small portions, we can as well achieve the same aim and not have the stampede, and that you're blessed is a blessing, then don't hesitate to bless others.
Emmanuel Agunze, founder, CEO of the Makoko Dream Foundation, the man with the cap.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time and for what you do.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. This is where we draw the curtains, but not to worry. Sunrise Daily is next after this. To have a fantastic day ahead.
I'm Jeffrey Uzoma. Have a beautiful day ahead and Merry Christmas in advance. Bye-bye.
Bye.